Hi, this is RoRo from RoRo Rants. When more and more of the progressive channels that I had been listening to agreed with them and not with me, I had to come to the conclusion that I must be the one that's wrong. So I was stuck. I could not move forward. I was watching this Jimmy Dore video and I finally saw the light. I posted the link to this video below. He was playing a video of Mark Blythe, I think that's how you say it, who's a political scientist and a professor of international political economy at Brown University. And this economist predicted Brexit. He predicted Trump. He saw what's happening globally. The problems that we're having are not limited to the United States. All the European countries, many other countries around the world are going through the same thing. One country after another, because of globalization and because the corporations want cheap labor, and if workers rise up to fight them, the corporations just move somewhere else where the people are even more desperate and they're willing to work for even less money. And what happens? The income inequality. The rich get richer and everyone else is experiencing widespread poverty. And this is happening all over. And Jimmy Dore calls it predatory capitalism. They just move, the corporations just move from country to country, exploiting the labor. So if you watch from 7:37 to about 9:20, he talks about how neoliberalism has failed miserably. When millions of people are unhappy, angry even, this is what happens. We get Trump.
Dollars. I'll stop there.
So when I say that capitalism is failing worldwide, it's not hyperbole. Like, our society is failing worldwide. So we've all bought into this globalism, which is really predatory capitalism, which is a race to the bottom, which is who can I exploit next capitalism. And right now they're using a ton of prison labor right here in America. That's the wet dream of a corporation. They have prison labor, they can't organize, and they work for slave wages. So if you're still wondering what the fuck is going on in the world, Trump and Brexit, huh? France is going to be right wing? What? Greece, what happened? Huh? Italy next? And they just keep sticking their head in the sand over and over and over and over. Keep letting our banks exploit our economies. Predatory capitalism. That's what this is. He's laying it out for you. So keep pretending it's sexism. Keep pretending it's that's what we've always had those things. But keep ignoring that half the country in America is poor and in poverty. We pay twice as much for our health care. No one gives a shit. Everyone's like, yeah, I guess that's just how it is.
At 9 minutes, when he says, keep pretending it's sexism, that's where it finally hit me. Except instead of sexism, for me, it was racism. He said, keep pretending it's sexism. Keep pretending it's, yeah, we've always had those things. But keep ignoring that half the country in America is poor and in poverty. We pay twice as much for our health care. And he goes on. So what I've had a big revelation is about, yes, right, racism, sexism, these are all problems. But these economic problems, the globalization, the predatory capitalism, these are bigger problems than anything else. Not the old capitalism. Now, that worked for many years with the unions and the workers' rights, with good wages that supported a middle class and on one income, and we had benefits and retirement plans. But this predatory capitalism is the monster. And this one issue can unite all of us. We need to unite all of us, all the poor people, against the two parties, because neither party is going to change it. They are both corrupt. Both parties are corrupt. Okay, it's like if your house is burning down and you go into the kids' room to get them out, and they're all arguing. She slapped me. Well, he pulled my hair. Yeah, these are important issues. But right now, we don't have time to argue about that because we got to get the fuck out of this house because it's burning down and we're all going to die. Okay? Maybe when we get our new house, we'll get you some separate bedrooms and we'll make some new rules. But right now, we don't have time to talk about this. We got to get the fuck out of this house. So the house is burning down. If we sit right here in this room where we're all fighting amongst ourselves, we're just going to die and burn down the house. And even worse, what if we're the children and the arsonist who started the fire is another kid who slept over and he hates us? And he manipulated us to get into the fights because he wants us to die in the fire. And he already ran off with all our video games. And he's gone to safety, laughing at our dumbasses still fighting in the bedroom about the fight he caused and dying in the fire that he lit. So we're the children stuck in the room fighting about important things, yes, but there's a bigger threat right now. All around us, the house is burning down. And the arsonist manipulated us into the fight so that we'd be stuck in that room fighting about other things and not realizing that the whole house is burning down around us. So I got a little carried away with that. But anyway, so to get away from the analogy and back to real life, both parties are corrupt. They keep us divided into the two parties, left and right, and Democrats and Republicans. And the Democrats they've been using our hate of the racists, the deplorables, to divide us the same way that the Republicans use the hate of all those racists to divide us from them. They keep us divided. Keeping us divided, we lose. This is what happens. It's Martin Luther King's message all over again. I get it now. This is the revelation. I get it now. You know, I've said this before, Martin Luther King didn't get assassinated because he was a civil rights activist. That's not why. Martin Luther King got assassinated because he was trying to unify all the poor people. Black, white, Native American, Latino, Asian, everybody. That was the real threat that the government saw. The government wants to keep us divided. We have to resist that now. We have to come together in love and unity. I may not always agree with all of my brothers and sisters in this country, but I have to remember that you are all manipulated by the media, the same media that I've been manipulated by. We may disagree, but we're still one nation, one big family, and I don't want any of us to burn down. We need all of us together to fight this monster called predatory capitalism. I have to say, personally, I don't like the things Donald Trump stands for. He's corrupt too. And if you think he was going to save us, he's not. Just look at the things he's doing. Look at the people he's hiring. He's not going to save us. Both parties corrupt, and he's a Republican. He's appointing all Republicans. But anyway, I don't like the things he stands for, the racism, the sexism, but I'm going to try like hell not to get all spun up every time he farts or takes a shit or busts a nut, because you and I both know that every little thing he does, the liberal media is going to be right there calling him out on it, blowing it all out of proportion. We have to resist getting caught up in the reality show bullshit that is the mainstream media and the shit that they're going to try to feed us on either side. We have to focus on the big issues. We have to choose our battles. When he tries to do things that really hurt our cause, that is when we protest like hell. And if he does do something extreme, like try to make a Muslim registry, well, we'll cross that bridge if we ever get to it, because I don't think we'll ever be able to do it, because it's unconstitutional. We really have to focus on economics right now. Steve Grumbine from Real Progressives is right. Our house is burning down, and all the houses around the world are burning down too. And, excuse me, we have to put out the fire before we can solve any of the other problems. In other words, neoliberalism, predatory capitalism is failing around the world. Our economies, our societies are failing. Once we solve the economic problems, everything else will just fall into place, because a lot of these other problems are just created by the media anyway. Until we band together and solve this, nothing else really matters. So this is RoRo Rants. Please like and subscribe. I don't make any money off this. I just want to know you're out there and watching me to encourage me. Thanks.